Hello friends, welcome to our YouTube channel, Beyond the Horizon. On March 8, 2014, a routine flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing disappeared into the night, leaving behind a trail of mystery and unanswered questions. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, carrying 239 passengers and crew, vanished from radar screens, sparking a global search effort that would become one of the most extensive and baffling in aviation history. In the years since, investigators, experts, and everyday people have sought to unravel the enigma of Flight MH370. From theories of hijacking and pilot error to speculation about catastrophic failure and even alien abduction, the truth remains elusive. In this video, we'll delve into the events of that fateful night, explore the investigations and findings, and examine the leading theories behind one of the greatest aviation mysteries of our time. Join me as we search for answers and try to uncover the truth about Flight MH370. Flight MH370 disappeared on March 8, 2014, during a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. The crew last communicated with air traffic control around 38 minutes after takeoff. The plane was tracked by the Malaysian military's primary radar system for another hour, deviating westward from its planned flight path, crossing the Malay Peninsula and Andaman Sea. Here are some facts about the passengers of Flight MH370. Number of passengers, 227. Nationalities, the passengers were from 14 different nations, with the majority being Chinese citizens. 153 passengers. Other nationalities, 38 passengers were Malaysian, 20 were employees of Freescale Semiconductor, 12 from Malaysia, 8 from China, and the remaining passengers were from 12 different countries. Age range, the passengers' ages ranged from 2 to 76 years old. Notable passengers, a group of 19 artists with 6 family members and 4 staff were returning from a calligraphy exhibition in Kuala Lumpur. The last known words spoken by the pilot of Flight MH370, Captain Zahri Ahmad Shah, were "Good night, Malaysian 370. This was a routine sign-off to air traffic control at 1:19 a.m. on March 8, 2014, as the plane was flying over the South China Sea. However, there is some controversy over whether these were the very last words spoken by the pilot. Some reports suggest that there may have been an additional and verified transmission from the plane around 1:30 a.m., which could have been a distress call or a message from the pilot. The pilot of Flight MH370, Captain Zahri Ahmad Shah, was an experienced and qualified pilot with over 18,000 hours of flying experience. However, there have been some concerns raised about his mental fitness to fly on the night of the disappearance. Here are some points to consider. Personal issues. Captain Zahri was going through a personal crisis, including a divorce and a relationship with a younger woman. Mental health. There were reports of him being depressed and anxious, but no official diagnosis or records of mental health issues. Simulator session. Just a few weeks before the disappearance, Captain Zahri had made a suspicious simulator session, practicing a flight path similar to the one taken by MH370. Investigation findings. The Malaysian investigation report concluded that the pilot was mentally fit to fly, but also noted that he had been experiencing personal and professional stress. Expert opinions. Some aviation experts have raised concerns about the pilot's mental state, suggesting that he may have been suicidal or experiencing a mental breakdown. It's important to note that the investigation did not find any conclusive evidence of the pilot's mental state being a contributing factor to the disappearance. However, the possibility of pilot suicide or mental health issues cannot be entirely ruled out. Here are some speculations about the disappearance of Flight MH370. Hijacking was suggested as a possible cause almost immediately after the plane disappeared. Pilot suicide. According to aviation expert Ewan's Wilson book Good Night Malaysian 370, the truth behind the loss of Flight 370, Zahri Shah, the plane's pilot, may have committed suicide. It has also been suggested that the plane had been shot down. Fire. A somewhat more plausible theory is that a fire in the cockpit, in the cargo hold or elsewhere on the vehicle brought the plane down. Cyber attack. Sally Livesley, a former scientific advisor to the British government, suggested that the plane may have been downed by a cyber attack. New hypothesis. An independent group of investigators have been working on finding the true cause of the crash for several years despite the loss of public interest. They believe the aircraft was intentionally ditched at a location a few hundred kilometers south of the initial zone previously surveyed. New research indicates that the drift pattern of barnacles found on a piece of debris may place the wreckage further south than initially projected. Weak signal propagation reporter WSPR. Researchers Richard Godfrey, Hans Coetzee and Simon Meskel have utilized weak signal propagation reporter WSPR, a piece of software used by amateur radio stations to send and receive signals. When planes fly through these signals, they cause disturbances which are recorded in a digital database. Here are some actions that have been taken to find the missing people of Flight MH370. Search efforts began in the South China Sea and Andaman Sea, before analysis of satellite communications indicated that the plane had traveled for a south route over the southern Indian Ocean. Debris discovery. The first piece of debris was not found until July 29, 2015, when the right-wing flaperon was discovered on a beach on the French island of Réunion. Over the next year and a half, 26 more pieces of debris were found on the shores of Tanzania, Mozambique, South Africa, Madagascar, and Mauritius. Search suspension. The governments of Malaysia, Australia, and China called off the search for Flight 370 in January 2017. An American company, Ocean Infinity, received permission from the Malaysian government to continue searching until May 2017, when the Malaysian Transport Ministry announced that it would call off that search. Final report. In July 2018, the Malaysian government issued its final report on Flight 370's disappearance. Mechanical malfunction was deemed extremely unlikely, and the change in flight path likely resulted from manual inputs, but the investigators could not determine why Flight 370 disappeared. Private search. In January 2018, a search by private U.S. marine exploration company Ocean Infinity began in the search zone around the most likely crash site according to the drift study published in 2017. There are a number of paranormal explanations for the disappearance of Flight MH370. Alien abduction. Some people believe that aliens abducted the passengers and crew of the plane. Black hole. Another theory is that the plane was sucked into a black hole. Ghost plane. Some people believe that the plane is still flying and that the passengers and crew are still alive. Cursed flight. Some people believe that the flight was cursed and that the disappearance was a result of supernatural forces. It is important to note that none of these paranormal explanations have been proven, and that the official investigation into the disappearance of Flight MH370 has not found any evidence to support these claims. It is also worth noting that the disappearance of Flight MH370 is a tragedy that has caused a lot of pain and suffering for the families and loved ones of the passengers and crew. It is important to be respectful and considerate of their feelings when discussing the disappearance of the plane. The disappearance of Flight MH370 had a significant impact on the credibility of Malaysia Airlines MAS. Here are some ways in which the incident affected the airline's credibility. 1. Loss of public trust. The incident led to a loss of public trust in the airline, with many people questioning its safety and reliability. 2. Damage to brand reputation. The disappearance of MH370 damaged the Malaysia Airlines brand, making it synonymous with tragedy and mystery. 3. Financial impact. The incident had a significant financial impact on the airline, with a decline in bookings and revenue. 4. Increased scrutiny. The incident led to increased scrutiny of the airline's safety and operational procedures, with regulators and industry experts examining its practices. 5. Leadership changes. The incident led to changes in leadership, with the airline CEO, Ahmad Jahar Yahya, resigning in 2015. 6. Rebranding efforts. Malaysia Airlines underwent rebranding efforts to restore its image and regain public trust. 7. Improved safety measures. The airline implemented improved safety measures, including enhanced pilot training and safety protocols. 8. Compensation and support. Malaysia Airlines provided compensation and support to the families of the passengers and crew, demonstrating its commitment to their well-being. Despite these efforts, the airline still faces challenges in restoring its credibility and reputation. The incident highlighted the importance of transparency, communication, and safety in the airline industry, and Malaysia Airlines has had to work hard to rebuild trust with its customers and stakeholders. And that's where our journey into the mystery of Flight MH370 comes to an end. Despite the extensive search efforts and investigations, the truth about what happened to the flight remains a puzzle, leaving families and loved ones with unanswered questions and a sense of uncertainty. We remember the 239 lives lost on that fateful night, and our thoughts are with their families and loved ones who continue to seek closure and justice. The disappearance of Flight MH370 serves as a reminder of the complexities and challenges of modern aviation and the need for continued improvements in safety and technology. The story of Flight MH370 may never be fully told, but it's a reminder that even in the face of uncertainty, we must keep searching for answers and never give up hope. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts or questions, please share them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.